Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. Martinez. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
43. Yellow, go.
Looking to throw. Martinez. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
On play action, Allen. They'll roll him out right. Powers through. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That escapability has been on full display, and you can see he's now over 100 yards rushing for the game. Here is third down and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
When a defense blitzes like that, they're trying to cause chaos, but the quarterback, he was as calm as could be. He saw the blitz and got it out of his hand quickly to pick up the first.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Allen now looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Staying on his feet. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Allen in the offense staying put. They'll go for it on 4th. Now Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10. Now Allen. Out route to Hill, complete. He is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Allen going to throw. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Davis will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Lions 3. The kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bills' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest, and this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Getting this ball out wide for Davis. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. A 1st down carry for Davis. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter.
Okay, right.
Now 2nd and 9.
Set, ready.
Back to throw. Martinez. He'll drop this off for Davis. And a gain of 5. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Hey, check, mega. Ready. 50, green. Set.
They go back to the ground now with Davis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ready, ready. Black.
Looking to throw. Martinez dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And that is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The Bills send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And the Lions first down.
Play action. It's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now it's Goff. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Gibbs straight ahead. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now gone. He's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's Davis. He'll try and run some clock. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Black, 95. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Martinez. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. This 2nd and 4.
Ready, ready. Red, 38. Right, 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
52 blue.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is for goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
45, White.
Davis.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Ray Davis, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are on their way to a 2-0 start.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Tyler Bass to kick off.
Here's Bass now to send it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
Goff. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Now Goff.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
First down, Lions.
Here's Goff.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Goff throwing again.
That pass completed to Dortch.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
Yards on the pickup brings up second and 2.
Goff now looks to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
2 yards to go.
From the gun on third down, Goff. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
The drive will start with an option going left. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
At the 16-yard line.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bills, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.